A valuable skill every speaker can develop. You too, Dennis. Jessica is going to share some tips about on-your-feet speaking and challenge some of you to impromptu speaking. Presenting impromptu speaking from the Better Speakers series, Jessica Peterson.
I'm good with weird titles. Sorry about that. As part of our education program with Toastmasters, we have to do 2 presentations that are educational presentations. And as I was going through my drawer this morning, I decided to pull out impromptu speaking. What's more challenging than preparing to give a speech? For me, I think that's way more challenging. How about giving the speech without preparation? We've all been through the tears and triumphs of that extemporaneous exercise known as table topics. Maybe we'll give you a table topic today, if you're willing. Being asked a question, you have 1 to 2 minutes to reply in an organized, coherent, and entertaining manner. There's nothing more challenging than giving an unprepared speech. We need practice. Every day we're called upon to give impromptu speeches. Job interviews, for example, are notorious for that. Mayo does their interview system is very different. It's a personality type. Can't think of the appropriate name for it. I have some examples of interview questions. They go around in awkward ways to kind of get your history and explanations. So you really do have to be good at impromptu speaking. And my Toastmasters experience, I give true credit for helping me obtain the position I have now at Mayo, because I had to do an interview on the phone with 5 people in different locations and 1 person in the room, and had to be able to display my personality and education and what I could do for this job through the phone. Off-the-cuff speaking opportunities can occur outside the workplace as well. They can be at the grocery store, talking to the cashier. I have a tendency to do that. I learned it from my aunt. Unexpected phone call from your child's teacher. I've had those too. When the teacher calls, you're always like, oh, what? And to try, and sometimes it's not so fun, and to not be upset and to be able to answer their questions and sometimes create a plan, because that could be the reason, is a talent, and it takes practice. That's why we're here at Toastmasters. There's 5 things that you can visualize when you're asked or have to do an impromptu question. Listen, pause, confirm, tell, and end. The confirm part is one piece that I think sometimes we forget about. Listen, responding to a question involves more than just a few quick words. Sometimes you hear what somebody's saying, but did you listen to what they were actually asking or telling you? You hear it, but you don't process it. So listening is a very good skill to have. And paying attention does pay off. Careful listening can provide part of your response. If you listen to what the question is, you're going to be able to start forming your response. But the trick is to listen to the question before you start forming your response. Listening is going to show respect. People are going to listen to your ideas when you've listened to theirs. Ready-made dialogue. You'll be able to incorporate some of what you've heard into your reply. And then your on-target response. Careful listening allows you to comment directly on what you heard. You don't have to skirt around the circle of it. The pause. I learned the pause, and I've given Don credit for this. Some of you may not know Don, but some of you do. He's been here. He came back. He's just away for vacation again. He's a wonderful pause speaker. He's got it's not inappropriate, but you can see the pause when he's processing his thoughts. And for some reason, watching him helped me develop my pause skills.
Are you taking this
Taking a few minutes to pause allows you to refresh your thoughts and start to formulate your answer. And sometimes a pause can add a little drama to your reply. You know, why are they thinking so hard? One key thing with the pause too is that when you do an interview, in the type of interviews where they ask more questions than just your job experience, they will tell you, take the time to formulate your answer. We'll sit here for a minute. We'd rather have you process it and formulate your answer before you start rambling and babbling, because it can take a lot of time. Confirm what you said. Restate the question. Maybe rephrase it in a different way so you know that you're answering to what they're asking, or that you understood their statement. And tell. Now that you've gotten their attention, stay focused. The challenge is to tell only the essentials, but sound like you know a lot more than you actually told them. And then end it. I like this phrase from the script. Have you ever been held hostage by someone who simply cannot stop talking? I think we've all been held hostage before. We're in a Toastmasters group. Smile, take your end, smile while you're doing it, use that pause, emphasize your point, and then sit down. A strategy. You know, a good way to prepare for your thoughts and responses is just be up on kind of world topics and what's going on in the world today. Have a good idea of some of those things that may come up in a public environment. You can express an opinion, you can address cause and effect, break the topic into components, like 3 areas of concern: legal, social, and educational. Break it down, and then past, present, and future. Whatever you do, don't apologize. Don't make excuses. It's downright annoying. You know, don't say, well, that's all I got. Can't think of anything more. Hope I didn't bore you. Not good. Really not good. Rambling again. Remember not to ramble. And don't invent. Don't, unless that's the idea behind it. We have table topic questions where we ask you to invent, but don't make things up just to sound like you know what you're talking about, because it's not going to look that way, really. And remember, impromptu speaking is an excellent habit. It's a good challenge, and you can use it in your life and work skills. And in the essence of time, I'm going to let our table topics master put you to the test of impromptu speaking.